welcome to my kitchen.
Yes, she is.
And today I am making something different again.
No.
This is called homemade Biscoff cream. Now, what is Biscoff cream? I'll just tell you, I had to look this stuff up. I found a cookie recipe. Sounded good. And then I started reading through the ingredients. And one of the ingredients was 1 cup of, let me see what it says here. 1 cup of Biscoff creamy cookie spread, room temperature. What is that? I've never heard of that. What? So I look it up. And this is something that is a popular spread, like in the UK and possibly Australia and other places. And they eat it instead of peanut butter. And I'm like, okay. So I look it up to see if I can find this spread anywhere locally in our grocery stores. Well, I found it. $8 and $9 for a jar, and upwards of $11 and $12 a jar.
How big was the jar?
It was a big jar, like my peanut butter jar, basically. You can see my peanut butter jar there. It's about that size there. I don't need that much. So I thought, okay, can I make this at home? So I look up recipes for creamy cookie spread, Biscoff cookie spread. And I found a recipe for homemade Biscoff creamy cookie spread. I do not remember what website I found it on. I just know I found the recipe. And because I was writing it down. I was wanting to get it ready for this other recipe I was doing. So for those of you who are like me, who have never heard of Biscoff cookies, this is the package that Biscoff cookies come in. And Piggy ate one a while ago, and he said it's kind of got a graham crackery taste.
Yeah, it's got kind of kind of maple syrup or what's that other stuff? Anyway, kind of a grahamy cracker.
Yeah, I was trying to see.
Can't think of it. Kind of like sorghum.
Sorghum, almost like sorghum. Maple syrup or sorghum or molasses.
Yeah, that.
Molasses.
Tastes like it's got molasses in it.
But this is an 8.8 ounce package of Biscoff cookies. And I'll tell you right now, they cost $4.99 a pack where I bought them at. And that was at Publix, and they were the same price at Walmart. But the recipe calls for 4.6 ounces. So I weighed them out, and I actually have 4.7 ounces in here because I didn't really feel like breaking a cookie. Okay, so this is my 4.6, 4.7 ounces of cookie. And next I have 1 ounce of butter melted. And I did this by weight. What called for by ounces is weighed out on my scale, and the other is measured out in a measuring spoon. 3 tablespoons of milk. 1/2 ounce of soft brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 2, oops, y'all, I got too much. I just reread that. I need my teaspoon back, Piggy, if you can find it. Because I did 2 tablespoons. Good thing I read that, wasn't it? Just goes to show. Okay, so always best to double check what you're doing. I got cinnamon on that, so I'll just wipe that off. So, put that over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure out that right there. 2 teaspoons. Not tablespoons, teaspoons. Give that rest to Piggy. You can pour that out if you want to, Piggy.
What is it?
Lemon juice.
Oh, okay.
You can drink it if you want to.
Think I won't?
Oh, I know you probably will. It'll be sour.
Woo!
Hey, drink it, yeah.
Especially on top of that sweet cookie. Whoa!
Okay. So what it says to do is to put this all in a food processor and blend it together.
Note to self. Never do that again.
So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to break these cookies up just a little bit in here before I add everything else. Kind of get them crumbled up. Piggy's funny, yo.
Lemon juice combined with a sweet cookie.
Flip that switch, please, Piggy.
It is flipped. It's on.
Okay. Okay, so that's got my cookies kind of ground up right there.
I was going to say, I think they pretty much powder.
And now we add the rest of the ingredients. There is my brown sugar, my cinnamon. Y'all, I love the taste of cinnamon. That stuff is just so good. I'm going to do the melted butter. And again, that was 1 ounce of melted butter, and I did do that by weight instead of by teaspoonfuls. There's my 3 tablespoons of milk and my 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Would have had some wild flavors there otherwise. And it says we scrape down the sides, which is what I'm going to do. To make sure I get all that dried cookie in there. Now, if y'all heard of this stuff before, and if it turned out for y'all, or if you've made this before, if you bought the store-bought, and you've used it in recipes, please let me know and tell me what you think of it. Because, like I said, I had never heard of it. And I was at a loss. But those cookies sounded really good, and I really want to make them. So, we find a way to make them.
She had me a cookie.
And now I think that is going to be about it. It is a smooth mixture. It's completely smooth. And what it says is to decant the cookie butter into a clean jar with an airtight lid. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I have a hard time with these. That thing right there out of there. There we go. Got that. Piggy that.
Gimme.
And because I will clean this off of my lace. And before I put this in a jar, y'all, I'm actually going to taste this to see how this tastes. Never had it before. Here you go, Piggy. So I've got a little bit here on my spatula. I'm going to put it on my finger. Tastes pretty good. Tastes like cookie dough. Honestly, it does. I mean, I'm going to put this in my jar. This right here probably the messy part. I probably should just put it in a measuring cup.
So what kind of cookie you gonna make to put that on?
It is a ginger oatmeal cookie.
Okay.
So,
like I said, folks, she had me a cookie.
I love oatmeal cookies, and I like trying different recipes for oatmeal cookies. So we shall see how this turns out. I don't know how this will turn out.
It'll turn out how it turns out. We'll enjoy it as is, and if we don't, well, we'll know better next time.
Yeah. And like I said, I mean, I've never heard of this cookie cream stuff before, but it seems it's a popular thing instead of peanut butter in a lot of other countries, where here in the United States we have peanut butter and use it for a lot of things. In other countries, they use this cookie spread. And I guess they eat it on cookies and crackers or whatever. I don't know. Probably like we would eat peanut butter on something, they would eat this on it.
Yeah. Well, if it tastes like you said it did, I can understand why.
It tastes pretty good. I mean,
if it ain't got much sugar in it,
it's just got whatever sugar. This just has whatever sugar is in the cookies. And I'm not going to say they don't have sugar, because they do. I mean, and it has a little bit of brown sugar in it. Okay.
It says the story of Lotus Biscoff starts in 1932 in a local bakery in Limbeck, a Belgian town. Unique recipe was brought to perfection with carefully selected natural ingredients. Today, Lotus Bakeries is still family owned and based in its hometown, and from there, the tasteful cookie continues to conquer the world.
And like I said, they are extremely popular cookies. I've actually heard them talked about. I'd never heard of them before, but since I found this recipe, it seems like I've heard them talked about quite a bit. There you go, Piggy.
Wheat, flour, sugar, vegetable oils, contains one or more of soybean oil, sunflower oil, canola oil, palm oil, brown sugar, syrup, sodium bicarbonate, leavening, soy flour, salt, cinnamon, contains wheat and soy. Let's see, total fat 6 grams, saturated fat 2.5 grams, trans fat 0, 0 cholesterol, 115 milligrams sodium, includes 11 grams added sugars, 22%.
Piggy's just giving you all the rundown here.
So, there you go.
And these can be bought in a chocolate form as well. We had to make sure we got the regular Biscoff cookies and not the chocolate Biscoff cookies.
And it says 8 servings per container. 4 cookies is a serving size.
Well, let's see. I'll probably use about half of that in that right there. And I'll probably wind up using all of that in my recipe for this over here. But that is my cookie butter, cookie cream, whatever you want to call it. And we are going to be putting that in the ginger oatmeal cookies, and we'll see how they turn out.
Probably pretty good if they last.
So I thank you for watching my little video, and I hope I could share some new information with you. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Word got more.